It was February 2016. My best friend passed away from cancer, and it wasn't until then that I'd ever really thought about it. So, how do you prepare for death?
Well, I think it's really about honoring the reality of death, surrendering to the reality of death. And there's kind of a movement that started about 30 years ago here in the West called conscious dying. And what the principle of that is really using the inevitability of death to be more kind, more peaceful, more empowered in your life right now. So many of us, like, there's just no conversation around it. There's so much conscious and unconscious fear around death that it's kind of like this other, it's like on the other side of the curtain. And unless you are touched by it, someone close to you dies, or you experience it firsthand, it's kind of just something that's you really don't think about or talk about. But preparing for it really just comes in a way of honoring it and accepting it, and really trying to overcome your fear of it. And that's done in multiple ways. I've had to walk that journey myself because this was all so new to me. As I said, I hadn't really ever talked about death or thought about death. I was scared of death like everyone. And that's not to say, of course, I'm not now. I'm a mother to two young boys, and the thought of anything happening to them or me is like everyone else, but it's how you learn to then cope with that and use that to really empower you in the here and now.
Looking at death can really make you live, make you truly live, like contemplating death every day and waking up and going, this could be my last day. It can really, not in a morbid way, but it can really make you live. And I know for me, it was February 2016. My best friend passed away from cancer. And it wasn't until then that I'd ever really thought about it. Kind of like the same as your parents. Mine were like, oh, you don't need to worry about that, doll. Well, yeah, like it happens to everybody. It's the only thing that we know that is certain. So I can totally relate to you when you say that. So why do you think we need to celebrate it?
I think it's more of an honoring than celebrating, because for everyone it's going to look so different. But I think honoring death allows you to honor and celebrate life. So it's like you can't have one without the other. We are human. We all have two sides to us. There's light and dark. There's shadow. There's all of these things. And it's the same with life and death. So you can't have life without death, and you can't have death without life. So by really honoring and accepting and leaning into all of the discomfort that comes up around death, there's so many gifts in this. It's like that fear, and really exploring and excavating the fears and your feelings and your beliefs and your realities and all of that stuff around death can really take you deeper into your spiritual practice, and it can help you to evolve and really come to have a deep gratitude for your life. I know for me that has absolutely been the case. And it's also, it's just not sweating the small stuff anymore, because I work in the realm of the really, really big stuff, probably the biggest thing. I'm planning funerals for families. I'm helping people through this transition and this really epic time in their life. And then to come home and worry about, the dishes not being done or things like that. You kind of, it puts everything into perspective. And I think that's such a massive gift. And also, just appreciating the little things in the everyday. And I know for sure from experience, I'm so much more empowered. I really want to make a difference. I'm really passionate about my life. Things that I always had, but definitely not to this extent. And I know that since really coming in and working in this field of work.
I know with my friend's passing in 2016, it was definitely a celebration, like a celebration of her life. We had, it was so beautiful. We had two ceremonies. There was like a smaller, intimate ceremony, and then there was like a bigger celebration with like thousands of people, and there was singing and a band playing, and there was lots of speaking and beautiful montages of images and videos. And it was really, really beautiful. It was a beautiful celebration, and everyone wore beautiful, colorful dresses to, represent her. And it was really beautiful.